Hello, welcome. Vernette of Vernyoga here, and this is the second of our chair yoga sequences that we're going to be doing. Today, things that you might need, what would be very helpful is if you've got a ball. So that could be a tennis ball, it could be one of these spiky myofascial balls. If you don't have a ball, then when we get to that part, just scroll your way across it, just skip that part. We won't be doing it for too long, and it's very simple stuff that doesn't really need too much instruction anyway. But yeah, so if you've got one of these, great, go grab it. Tennis ball, spiky ball, whatever you have that you could use to do the foot massage with. You'll also need, whether we use it or not, sometimes we use the straps, sometimes we don't, sometimes they just help to kind of hold you into positions, is a belt, and that could be a yoga strap. It could be a dressing gown belt, it can be a regular belt as long as it's not too hard, because if we do use it today, then we'll be using it around the feet. So you don't want something that's really hard leather that's going to be uncomfortable at all. It could even be a scarf. If you've got a very long scarf, that would work well as well. And the other thing is that if you're sitting on a chair like I am, which is my regular dining room chair, they are quite high and my legs are quite short, so I need to bring the floor up a little higher. So what I've got is 2 yoga bricks underneath my feet. If your home does not have 2 yoga bricks, many of us don't, then you could pile up some sturdy books, big thick sturdy books, just to bring your feet up a little higher so that your knees are in line with your hips. So that's just kind of our housekeeping of our chair yoga practice, the things that we may need and the things that we should do so that we've got good posture. So when you have these things, if you don't have them just yet, pause me, grab whatever you've got, come back. And so we'll be using the ball in a little while. Place that underneath your chair, just to the side. And then having the knees, feet comfortably together. If that's together is not comfortable, take them wider, whatever works for you. Rest your hands into your lap. Close the eyes. And tune into your breathing. So long, slow, steady breaths, in and out through the nose. We don't want to take overly fast, deep breaths in, as it can jar the nervous system. So smooth, slow, steady breaths. You might sometimes hear me exaggerate the breath a little just as I'm doing the movements, just to help you, remind you to breathe with awareness. We're always breathing, but we don't tend to do it that well. It may be the case that I'm instructing you to inhale and you've exhaled, or vice versa. I'm only going to be repeating you to breathe just to remind you not to be holding your breath. And in time, the more you practice, the more you do synchronize the breath and movements, it gets easier. For now, long, slow, steady breaths in and out through the nose. Feeling your upper back, your chest, your ribs, your belly all expand as you breathe in. And feeling everything soften as you breathe out. Inhaling nose, throat, lungs. Exhaling lungs, throat, nose or mouth. Observe how you feel today. Our body and our mind always gives us lots of little signals as to how we're doing, but we're often too busy to ever notice. So take the time right now to just notice how you feel physically, mentally, energetically. And although this is a gentle, very slow practice, we still need to honor anything going on in our bodies. So if you have any injuries, please listen to them. Back off from anything you need to. We want to feel muscles working, whether it's stretch or strength sensation, but you don't want to be working through pain in your joints. You don't want to be working to the point where you're holding the breath. And we're going to begin with some alternate nostril breathing. So keep this simple. Don't overthink it. We won't be holding for a long time between changing sides. And don't worry if you don't get it first of all, if this is your first time at doing this. But you're going to bring, of your right hand, your first two fingers to touch the thumb mound. And if that is awkward, don't get caught up just on this hand position. Yeah, just curling the first two fingers in. If there's stiffness in the hand that doesn't allow for that position, then you could just use your thumb and your pinky finger. If that's easier, please do that. So we're going to be bringing the arm up, the right arm up. Now, usually with this, I would work back to front, but when it comes to lefts and rights of hands and noses here and nostrils, I'm not too good at doing that. So just listen to the rights and lefts and work with that as opposed to watching where I'm going with it. You won't see too much anyway. So first of all, slow, steady breath in. And then with your thumb, block off the right nostril and exhale out through the left. For on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Breathe in through just the left nostril, inhaling on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4, and then block both nostrils and hold. Exhale out the right nostril on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Breathe in through the right, inhaling on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Block both nostrils and hold, breath pause. Exhaling left on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Inhale left on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Close both nostrils, hold. Exhale right on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Inhale right on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Close both nostrils, hold. Exhale out the left on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Inhale left on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Hold both nostrils, pause with the breath. Exhale out through the right on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Then release the hand down. You might find that you need to sniff and clear the nose a little. And some tips with that, if you was enjoying that or didn't quite get it and want to go back and watch again, repeat it again, sometimes if you use the opposite finger to the one that's blocking your nose to kind of just pull the skin of the cheek away from your nostril a little, and you'll find that creates a little bit more space to breathe a little easy, especially if you feel your nostrils are getting stuck together. Yeah? Like all things, it takes a little bit of practice. And what is the benefits of doing the alternate nostril breathing? It's very balancing the two hemispheres of the brain, balancing our yin side and our yang side, our cooler side, our warmer side, our calm side, our angry side. And it just brings about that overall balance. You can think of it as yoga's tranquilizer. It brings calm. And so, from that, we don't want you being too calm that you then fall asleep before you've even begun. Come a little forward on your chair. So if you wanted to keep your feet on the bricks or your books, if that feels comfortable, great. If they feel like they're in the way, shift them out of the way. And we're going to start off by just bringing some energy back into us after something really calming. So again, all about balance. Shake the hands. Shake, 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 shake. So just let the hands get really floppy. Just shake them about. Keep the spine nice and tall, keep your shoulders back, your chest open, and keep shaking. And then take your hands out in front and then flick your fingers like you're flicking water off of your fingers, or like your headlights flashing. Flick, 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 flick. And then take the arms out in front, bring the hands into fists and circle the wrists around. And then change direction, go the other way. And there may be popping, there may be clicking and cracking going on. Good, and then go back to shaking, shaking. Not forgetting the breath. And take your hands back out in front, flick the fingers, flick, 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 flick. And I'll just kind of do it half-hearted, really energized, strong, vigorous flicking. And then bring the hands into fists and circle the wrists around. And change direction, go the other way. Staying with the breath, staying with your posture. Again, then drop the arms down and shrug your shoulders. Quite quick shrugs up and down. Good, and then take the arms wide and up. Inhale, lifting the chest and lifting the chin a little bit, but don't drop your head all the way back. And then lower the arms down. Exhale, wide and up. Inhale. Lowering the arms down. Exhale, wide and up. Inhale. And lowering down. Exhale. One more time, wide and up. Inhale. Lowering down, exhale. Good. Bring your arms up to cactus arms and spread the fingers. We're going to bring a little bit of twisting into the body. Don't force with this, it's only a small movement. Open the knees and feet just a little bit wider, just so you have more of a stable base. Breathe in. And as you exhale, a little gentle twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Lower the arms down. Hold onto the chair with your left hand. Take the right arm out and up. Inhale. And then side bending over. Exhale. Coming up. Inhale. Lower the arm down. Exhale. Hold onto the chair with the right hand. Lift the left. Inhale. Side bending over. Exhale. Coming up. Inhale. Lower down. Exhale. Ease out your shoulders. Roll them back a few times. Roll them forwards a few times. Good, and then massage your hands, rub them together, get them warm. Wring the hands. We're not going to spend quite so much time doing this as on for the chair yoga video 1 sequence, because we've already done those hand stretches, and although they're good to do every single time, we just want something a little different in this particular sequence. So we're now going to move on to work with the ball. So if you don't have a ball and you want to skip this, then fast forwards a good 5-6 minutes. So if you have a ball, spiky one or tennis, doesn't really matter which variety, you're going to bring it in between your hands, bring it to the heels of the hands and that kind of pad of your thumb, and start to roll it around. And you don't have to be too kind of put too much pressure into it to start off with. We don't want to kind of shock the sensations. We just want to feel that kind of slightly tingly feeling, which of course you'll get more if it's one of these spiky balls. They are brilliant. I recommend getting one of these. They can bring up definitely some ouchy sensations, not to be shied away from. And just keep massaging as much of the palms of the hands as possible. Again, you can do this stuff whilst you're watching TV. There's no real right or wrong with it. Try to get to the fingers as well. There's a good chance that you'll end up dropping the ball. If I do, that'll be hilarious on video. You'll definitely see a good cut edit going on. Good, and if it feels too difficult to kind of get the pad of both thumbs at the same time, then you could place one hand down onto your lap and then really press into that to give that a massage. And that can sometimes feel quite sore, I find. We use our hands a lot, like our feet, and we don't really give them this kind of attention. After a while though, that sensation starts to just lessen a lot as we start to get into the fascia and loosen things up. And then take that to the other side, onto that pad of the thumb. This side feels fine on me, so again you might find that one side feels better than the other. Okay, again with this we tend to start to hunch forwards or lean off to the side, so just keep checking in on your posture. I'm exactly the same. I have to keep checking in. Notice what my little habits are. And as you practice, you might start to notice what your habits are. Obviously in class I could see you to kind of point them out. Here, you have to do a bit of self-correction. Good. Okay, so that's the hands massage, and they might be nice and tingly. And we're going to bring the ball into the, again, heels of the hand and interlock the fingers over the top. Then we're going to bring the elbows out to the side so they're just a little bit lower than shoulder height. Breathe in, and as you exhale, squeeze the ball. Press your hands in towards one another, so that's going to wake up your pec muscles, your chest muscles, and the biceps in the arms. Inhale, back it off, release. And do it again. Exhale, squeeze the ball. So you could do this with a cushion if you wanted. Inhale, release. Might be a little awkward, but worth a try. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. And in time, if you don't have a ball, you'll kind of either want to go and get one just to be able to do this. Keep going. Every time you exhale, give it a squeeze, or you might be able to improvise with whatever you've got around the house. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. And then we're going to do tiny little pulse squeezes. So you squeeze, 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 squeeze. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. So again, you might feel the pec muscles, the muscles underlining the breast tissue, the chest tissue. You might feel them kind of like doing this little springing up action, contracting. That's okay, that's what we're looking for. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Arm muscles might get a little fatigued, a little achy here. Again, as long as it's not sharp pains and it's just a bit of muscular tension or a bit of muscular action that you're feeling, I should say, then that is okay. And then releasing from that. Put the ball down, and I have an interesting pattern now on my hands. If you're using a spiky ball, you definitely will as well. Give it a rub out. And then that wonderful work, we're going to take down to the feet. So move your bricks out of the way, or your blocks, books, whatever it is that you have. Kick them out of the way. And then we're going to bring the ball underneath the right foot. And if you need to hold onto the chair with this, do so. There's a tendency we do collapse a little bit more forwards with this. So some of the movements we will need to be a little bit more forwards, but for now, bring it right under. I'm going to turn slightly so you can see this a bit more. Bring it under the middle of the foot and just go back and forth. Not too hard with it. Again, you don't want to kind of shock the sensation. You don't want to shock the body, shock the fascia, shock the muscles with what you're doing. You just want to start to wake stuff up. And so you can have it kind of slightly tickly to start off with. And then as the skin, the sensations become familiar, you could start to go a little bit more vigorous with that. And I do find there's some days that this is a little more ouchy than others. Obviously there's days where I need this more. And then keep the ball into the middle of the foot and press down into it a little bit. Take care. Press down, bear your weight into it a little bit. Yeah, today not so ouchy. Hurrah. And then coming up from there, bring the ball under the ball of the foot and go side to side. Again, start off fairly light. Watch your posture, that you haven't slumped in your chair, that you're still sitting up nice and tall. And then keep the ball under the ball of the foot, and once again bear your weight into that like you're trying to stand on the ball. A little bit more ouchy. Good, I'm going to quote a lady in my class, always. But you need a bit of the ouchy in order to get the lovely. Right, how true is that? In order to get the good, you need to sometimes put a little bit of effort into it. So take your ball now to the heel and circle that around. And I think that it always feels kind of nice on the heel. I know some that don't like that though. So each to their own. Circling around on the heel, and then bear your weight into the ball on the heel. Press into it like you're really trying to squish the ball down. And then coming up, bring the ball under the toes and go side to side. You could either do that by keeping your heel up and the foot free, or you could bring the heel down and kind of windscreen wiper the toes back and forth. I find I end up losing the ball a bit when I do it that way, but might work for you. Just back and forth under the toes. Again, bit of an odd sensation, but our feet do love a bit of massage, and if we can learn to do it for ourselves, one, we save a lot of money by going to a massage therapist, and two, you'll have happy feet. And our feet really do, make a difference. So that the health of our feet really do make a difference to how our ankles are, our knees, our hips, and our back, and how we walk. So we spent enough time on that foot. Let's take it over to the left foot. So I'm going to turn again slightly, just so you can see the angle of where I'm at and what I'm doing. So bring it onto the middle of the foot and go back and forth. Start off gentle, otherwise it's like, ah! And you definitely don't want your foot going, ah! You want to keep happy feet. See, the wonderful thing about narrating in this way, rather than afterwards, keeps all my waffle in there. Keep going backwards and forwards. You can perhaps start to go a little firmer now into that. And check your posture, check your breathing. I know we're always breathing, but we don't do it that well, remember? So keep coming back to the breath. We don't even really need to look at what we're doing. We could just sit with the eyes closed, rolling the foot backwards and forwards. And once you've kind of learnt these techniques, which are not difficult, again, you could do them on their own. You could do them whilst watching TV. Bring the ball into the sole of the foot, hands onto the chair, and bear your weight into that ball a little bit. Press down into it. And notice how this side feels to the other side. Is it the same? Is it different? And then come up and bring it under the heel and circle around on it. Oh, it feels funny. Always feels funny. And then bring your heel to be on the ball and bear your weight into that, press down. Coming up, bring the ball under the ball of the foot. We've gone in a slightly different order here. Doesn't matter as long as we do all bits. Go side to side under the ball of the foot. And sometimes we do get these kind of, feels sort of clunky kind of sensations in the foot. Again, it's all part of what we're trying to do, of creating that space, that separation, to get our tendons, ligaments, muscles, bones to all move individually and yet at the same time as one. And they do get very stuck, very tight, our feet, because we're always putting them in shoes and we're always walking on flat surfaces, so they don't get the full capability of the movement that they're meant to. And then keep the ball under the ball of the foot. Once again, bear your weight down into that. Press the ball into the ball. So in order to do that, I do have to lean forwards a little bit, like I'm almost trying to stand up on the ball. Coming up, bring the ball under your toes. And it's like you're trying to ripple your toes over the ball, which some find quite difficult, I know. Again, you could do it with the heel down and windscreen wiper the foot from side to side, or keep the foot up free and just roll it back and forth. And then we are done with that. So now you can kick your ball out of the way. Won't need that anymore. But we are going to stay to the feet just for a little bit longer. So going to pick the right leg up, so holding behind the thigh. Remember, if it's not comfortable to hold behind the thigh like we did in the other video, if you wanted to use your strap under the thigh, because it just gives you more space between the belly and the thigh and makes your arms a little bit longer rather than hunching, then yeah, please use the strap. Good, otherwise if it's okay to hold the thigh, that's great too. Circle the right foot around and go slow. Make sure you're sitting evenly on both bum bones, that you're not leaning over. And you're sitting nice and tall, chest open, shoulders back. Circle the other way, change direction. Long, slow, steady breaths. And then point the toes down towards the floor. Inhale, that's your plantar flexion, and then draw the toes back towards your dorsiflexion. Exhale. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Keep the foot flexed. Breathe in. Stretch the leg out in front. Exhale. Doesn't have to be high. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stretch. Be careful not to lock your knee back. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, bend. One more. Exhale, stretch. And then bend the knee and bring the foot down. And rock the hips a little from side to side. Take that to the left leg, taking hold of the thigh either with your hands or your strap, even on both bum bones, both sit bones, chest lifted, shoulders back. Circle the left foot around slowly. And take it the other way. And then point the toes down towards the floor. Inhale. Draw the toes back towards you. Flex the foot. Exhale. Point. Inhale. Flex. Exhale. Point. Inhale. Flex. Exhale. Point. Inhale. Flex. Exhale. Point. Inhale. Flex. Exhale. Keep the foot flexed. Breathe in. Stretch the leg out in front. Exhale. Inhale. Bend. Exhale. Stretch. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, bend the knee and bring the foot back down. Exhale and rock a little from side to side. That just ensures the low back muscles don't get grumpy. And we're going to move on to our sun salutations now, working through the whole body. So taking the knees and the feet wide, make sure that you're positioned well enough on your chair that you're kind of halfway on, halfway off, that when you're going to come forward, you don't feel like you're going to fall off your chair. So sitting nice and tall, take the arms wide and up. Inhale. Lean the body forwards from your hips, keep a flat back. Exhale, arms into cactus shape, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Hands onto the knees, inhale. And then fold forwards, exhale. Lift the right arm up, inhale, turning the ribs and chest towards the right side. And then lower down, exhale. Take it to the left, inhale, lifting, twisting. Exhale, lower down. Hands onto the knees, lift up the body halfway, inhale. And then fly the arms back behind you, exhale. Come all the way up, inhale. And we do it all over again. Exhale, hinge forwards from the hips, flat back, arms in cactus. Hands to knees, inhale. Fold forwards, exhale. Right arm lifts, inhale, twisting. Lower down, exhale. Left side, inhale. Lower down, exhale. Hands onto the knees, lift halfway, inhale. Fly the arms back behind you, exhale. Come all the way up, inhale. Lean forwards, cactus arms, exhale. Spread the fingers, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Hands to the knees, inhale. Fold forwards, exhale. Right arm lifts, twist, inhale. Lower down, exhale. Left side, inhale. Lower down, exhale. Hands to knees, lift halfway, inhale. Fly the arms back behind you, exhale. Come all the way up, inhale. Lean forwards, cactus arms, exhale. Hands to knees, inhale. Fold forwards, exhale. Right arm lifts, twist, inhale. Lower down, exhale. Left side, inhale. Lower down, exhale. Hands to knees, lift halfway, inhale. Fly the arms back behind you, exhale. Come all the way up, inhale. Lean forwards, cactus arms, exhale. Hands to knees, inhale. Fold forwards, exhale. Right arm lifts, twist, inhale. Lower down, exhale. Left side, inhale. Lower down, exhale. Hands to knees, lift halfway, inhale. Fly the arms back behind you, exhale. Come all the way up, inhale. Lean forwards, cactus arms, exhale. Hands to knees, inhale. Fold forwards, exhale. Right arm lifts, inhale. Lowering down, exhale. Left side, inhale. Lower down, exhale. Hands to knees, lift halfway, inhale. Fly the arms back behind you, exhale. Come all the way up, inhale. Prayer pose at the heart, exhale. Bring your hands onto your lap. And just close the eyes for a moment. Just let the energy that you've created from your sun salutations just reverberate around your body. And again, if you found that you was exhaling when I said inhale, vice versa, it doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to get some more movement into twisting and into the shoulders. So you could bring your knees and feet just a little bit closer together. Still stay halfway forwards on your chair so that your feet can stay down. And then bring your left hand onto the right thigh. So the right arm's down to the side of you and you're going to do a big windmill with the right arm. So inhale the right arm forwards towards me and up. And then exhale as you twist and take it back and down. The back of the chair might be in the way, but the best you can. Do it again. Inhale forwards and up. And exhale back and down. Inhale forwards and up. Exhale back and down, turning ribs and chest as you do this. Inhale forwards and up. Exhale back and down. And then keep the right arm down to your side. Focus to your middle left finger. So now we're going to do a big rainbow arc with the left arm. So inhale as you reach the left arm forwards and up. Keep focus to that middle finger. And then as you exhale, you start to lower the arm down to the left side. You reverse it, inhale out to the side and up. You keep inhaling, inhaling, inhaling until you get to the top. And then when you start to descend, exhaling, exhaling, exhaling. Again, forwards and up. Inhale. Start to exhale as you lower the arm. Out to the side and up. Inhale. And lowering the arm down, exhale. Then we change it over to the other side. So bring the left arm down beside you, bring the right hand onto your left thigh. We start off with our windmill. So the left arm goes forwards and up, inhale. Turn the ribs and the chest as you twist, exhale the arm back and down. Inhale forwards and up, exhale back and down. Inhale forwards and up. Exhale back and down. Inhale forwards and up. Exhale back and down. And then keep the left arm down to the side. And it's going to be the right middle finger that we focus on now to do our rainbow movement. So you inhale the right arm forwards and up. Keep focus to that middle finger. And then you exhale as you start to lower the arm down to the side. So you're just following it gently with your head, with your eyes, your neck. Inhale out to the side and up. When you reach the peak at the top and you start to lower, that's when you exhale. Forwards and up, inhale. And lowering down, exhale. Out to the side and up, inhale. And lowering the arm down, exhale. And then come back around to the front. Interlock the fingers in front, except for the first fingers. So you have the first fingers pointed and the thumbs crossed over. Reach your arms up, inhale. And then side bend to the right, exhale. Inhale as you come up. And then take it over to the left, exhale. Inhaling up, exhaling right, inhaling up, exhaling left, inhaling up, open the knees and feet wider, come into cactus arms, and exhale, lean forwards. Hands onto the knees, inhale, fold forwards, exhale. Right arm lifts, twist, inhale. Lower down, exhale. Left side, inhale. Lowering down, exhale. Hands onto the knees, lift halfway, inhale. Fly the arms back, exhale. Come all the way up, inhale. Prayer pose at the heart, exhale. And then bring the feet in, knees in, hands onto the lap. Okay, so we're going to work with our strap now. So your strap, your belt, your dressing gown, strap, whatever it is that you've got. Good. If you want to sit back a little bit on the chair and bring your feet back onto the bricks or your books, whatever you have, then do so. I'm going to do so because it just feels a little bit more comfortable for my hips and my back. Yeah. Just being that I have very short legs and my chair is very big. So we're going to take the strap out in front and we're going to take a nice wide grip of it. So we don't want to be kind of shoulder width apart. We're going to go wider than the shoulders. And you might not have as much range of movement in your shoulders as what I'm going to do here. So just do your best with it. But we're going to pull the hands apart. We're going to pull the strap like we're trying to rip it. So right now, this strap is really, really tight. It's not loose. It's not baggy. pull the hands away from one another. And then there's a slight bend to the elbows here, so I haven't got my elbows locked out. And then I'm going to inhale to lift the arms up. And then as I exhale, I'm going to bend the elbows, and maybe the strap goes down behind your head. It might end up that it just sits onto the top of your head. That's all right. And then you inhale as you lift it back up. Keep pulling your hands apart on the strap, and exhale as you bring it down in front of your chest. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, bend the elbows. See if you can take the strap down behind your head. Still keep pulling the hands apart. Inhale as you lift it back up. Exhale, down in front of the chest. Again, pull the hands apart, lift. Inhale. Bending the elbows, keep pulling the hands apart as maybe the strap goes down behind your head. Inhaling up. And then exhale, down in front. And pause there. Breathe. Keep pulling the hands apart. You should be feeling this in your arms and your shoulders. Keep pulling the hands apart. Pull, 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 pull. Breathe. And then release. Just bring that into the lap. Circle your hands around. And go the other way. Good, now we're going to take that into hamstrings. Really important with this. Just go to where you feel the stretch on the back of the leg. Don't lock the knee back so the leg is like super locked straight. You want to keep a tiny micro bend to your knees. It may be helpful to keep your feet or one foot onto the bricks, or if you feel that's really awkward, please do just take them away. Keep adjusting as you need to. So we're going to bring the strap underneath the right foot. And then we want the strap to be nice and taut. Again, we don't want it to be loose. We want the strap to be actually kind of doing something for us. So we want to be picking the leg up. Make sure as you do that, again, you don't lean back. You're right up on your bum bones, your sit bones. Breathe in. And as you exhale, stretch the right leg out in front. Now, it's the action as if you're pressing your foot into the strap, pressing the foot forwards. And maybe take your hands a little further down the strap towards the foot. Drop your shoulders down away from the ears. I'm going to turn slightly just so that my foot is not obscuring what I'm doing. Not that I have big feet. Press the foot into the strap, not locking the knee. Lift the leg enough so that you feel this to the back of the hamstrings, the back of the thigh. So I need to go about there for me. But that might be completely different for you. You might be here and feeling that. Great if you're there and feeling that. Yeah, great if you're up here and feeling that. But just make sure that you're not leaning back to try and get height. So don't end game to a point you think you should be at. It's about how it feels, not how it looks. So keep working with the exhales. You might find that you can ease into it a bit more. Maybe, maybe not. And then take hold of both ends of the strap in your right hand and hold onto the chair with the left. So I'm going to come back to the front here so you can see where we're going to go. Breathe in. And then on your exhale, start to open the right leg out to the right side. Again, so we're now looking for the stretch to the inner thigh. It might not be as far out as mine. It might not be as high up as mine. None of that matters. It might be very low. Again, as long as you're not kind of leaning away from it. So keep checking yourself. And then come back to the center, inhale. And swap hands on the strap as you exhale. So I'm going to take the leg just a little lower there. Hold onto the edge of the chair with your right hand. Breathe in, lift. And then as you exhale, start to take the right leg over towards the left. Now, it might be that you can't lift one thigh up above the other thigh. That's okay. It might be that you might be more knee to knee and you're just turning the chest a little to the right side. That's okay. Or lift it up, take it across. If you can, if any of you are flexible enough to hold the foot with the hand, opposite hand and foot, then you could do that variation as well. You can hold just the calf from under. So again, Doesn't matter what variation you use, what option is the best one. We're looking to feel it on the outside of the thigh and into the outer hip area. Come back to the center, inhale. Bend the knee and bring the foot down. Exhale. And then step your left foot onto the strap, step your right one out. Make sure the strap is nice and taut, nice and tight, and then inhale to pick the leg up. And then exhale as you stretch the leg forwards. Adjust so you're sitting on both sit bones, and take the hands further down towards the strap or towards your foot. Shoulders down away from the ears. Micro bend in the knee. Again, you might be lower. Great. Where do you feel it? Are you feeling it? Do you need to change something to feel it? So here I don't feel anything. Here I feel a little bit more, but I'm tighter on one side than I am the other. So this being my right leg, your left. This side's a little looser on my body. So I find if I bend the knee more and actually contract the muscles a little, then I get a little bit more sensation with this. So it's always an exploration. Don't just be in a shape and hold it. Keep adjusting, changing until you go, that feels, I've got something. I've got a stretch. I've got a sensation. I can feel my muscles. Now take hold of both ends of the strap in your left hand. Hold on to the edge of the chair with the right. Breathe in. And as you exhale, you start to open the leg out to the side. Tiny micro bend to the knee. The foot as though you're pressing the foot into the strap away from you. Not leaning over to try and get some height. Sorry that my foot's off the video screen here. Doesn't matter, you know what we're doing. Limited space for my yoga videos, but as long as you can tell what exercises, what movements we're doing, that's all that matters, right? Come back to the center, inhale. Exhale there, change hold of the strap. So you're now holding the strap in your right hand. Lift the leg up, inhale, and take it across to the left side. Exhale, we're looking for this outer hip thigh area. It might be that you're more knee to knee and that you're turning the chest and ribs to the left. Great. Or that you're higher and then turning the ribs and chest. You might be holding the foot. You might be holding your strap. You might be holding the calf. How is the breathing? Come back to the center, inhale, bend the knee, bring the foot down, take the strap away, exhale. Just throw that underneath your chair. And then take your bottom right back to the back of the chair. Rest against the back of the chair, bring your hands into your lap. Close the eyes. And just come back to less doing and more being. Just come back to your breath. Slow, steady breathing. So we're going to do some eye exercises. On the last video we did our clock, visualizing a clock and moving the eyes around the clock. Today we're going to do our focus. So with this one, bring your right arm out in front of you and bring the thumb up. So it's like you're giving someone the thumbs up. Hey, right out in front. And you're going to take your eyes to look at the thumbnail. And try and find the tiniest dot on the thumbnail to focus your eyes to. Continue to breathe. And then from there, take your gaze, your focus to the tip of your nose. So stay right at the tip of your nose, like you've got a bit of fluff on the end of your nose and you're staring at it. And then take your gaze back out to your thumbnail. And then back into your nose. Now take your focus right out to something out behind you. Tiny little spot in the distance. And really focus your eyes to whatever that is. You can release your right arm down. Keep that focus to that little spot. And then draw your eyes all the way back into that tip of the nose, that little bit of fluff, whatever it is, that's on the tip of your nose, staring at it. And then big blinks. Blink, 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 blink. And then we can't have the muscles in the right arm have done that work and not the left side, so we do it all over again. Left arm up, thumb up. Look to the left thumbnail. Find the tiniest little dot, speck, something on the thumbnail or the thumb. Stare at it, focus, breathe. And then draw your gaze, your focus to the tip of your nose. And you draw the eyes in. And take your focus back out to the thumbnail. And back into your nose. You can bring the left arm down. Take your focus right out to a spot in front of you. Way, way, way out in front. Tiniest little thing that you could see. And then last time, draw your gaze back into the tip of your nose, squeezing the eyes in. And then big blinks. Blink, 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 blink. And finally, palming the eyes. So get your hands super hot. Rub them together. And as you're rubbing the hands, really press them together because you want to really get that friction and the heat building up. And then once you feel that your hands are hot, you might need to take a little extra time than what I'm giving you here. But once you feel that your hands are really hot, close your eyes and bring your hands over those closed eyes. So good for nighttime driving, for focusing with a computer or a book, sewing, all these things that we do that need our concentration and a steady gaze. And keep the eyes closed and lower your hands down into your lap. And to seal in our practice, to finish our practice, take the arms wide and up. Inhale. Bring the palms together above your head, and as you exhale, bring your hands to prayer pose at the heart. Bowing the head towards the fingertops in acknowledgement of all that we should be grateful for. And I thank you today for sharing the practice of chair yoga with me. Namaste.